today I kind of thought I'd give you an overview on how we're getting on with Nate and with Shep. Because introducing babies to dogs was something that really scared me at first. I liked the theory of it, I was comfortable with everything before they were introduced. And then once Nate was here and he was ours and we were bringing him home from the hospital, it really worried me. And so far, it's all working out really well. So I kind of thought I'd maybe run you guys through what we did and hopefully it helps set someone else's mind at ease. What do you think? Yeah. Although we are having a very uncomfortable day for this guy, aren't we? Biggest problem we're having today is this little guy is very, very tired because he's barely had a nap today. But he doesn't know he's tired and he's refusing to go to sleep. Aren't you? At least he's happy with his dummy in. Calm and relaxed. That's as much as we can get out of him today. We're not getting naps, are we? No. Then when he does go for a nap, he seems to keep waking up really properly crying. Normally he wakes up and he's a bit chatty and he's a really happy boy. But not today. We were in the hospital for less than 24 hours, so Shep wasn't really on his own for very long. So there wasn't really an opportunity to bring home any of Nate's clothing or anything that was going to smell like him before actually bringing him home. Shep can get really excited when we first come home. He's just so excited to see you that, and he doesn't know how big he is, he's a little bit of a thunderbolt running around the house. So we had this really complicated procedure that we'd ironed out weeks in advance, which was, right, get a whole list. So Chris and Nate and I would all get out of the car together and we'd come into the house. I would go into the house first, presumably because I would be really different, like I might smell different or anything from being in the hospital for so long, for a period of time. So I came in and said hello to Shep, made a big fuss of him, saw how great he was, and took him out into the garden. Let him have a wee and all that sort of stuff, so he was satiated. And Chris would then come into the house behind me while Shep and I were in the garden with the baby. Then Chris went outside to go and see Shep, and I came inside to be with Nate to make sure he wasn't by himself because we were terrified new parents. And so Chris said hello to Shep, and so he was happy and he was calm and he was really good. Then Nate was in the house. So what we were trying to establish was that this may have been Shep's domain beforehand, but it wasn't Shep's anymore. Now it was Nate's, and he was the one that was going to be in charge. So we brought him into the house, and then we brought Shep back into the house afterwards. And that was about it. We let Shep come over and have a look at the car seat. We let him have a little sniff, and then we quickly pushed him away, but calmly and firmly. And he's been great. I would say the first 24 hours were interesting because we had newborn baby crying on one side, like usually in your arms, and then we'd have Shep crying on the other side of the room because there was all these weird noises going on in his house. There was weird smells and there was weird sounds and he wasn't happy. He was just seemed really confused as to what was going on. Oops. We may get tears in a moment. So every time Nate cried, Shep cried. And it only lasted about 24 hours. Once he got used to all the new noises you were making, he got a lot better. And he basically stopped crying and he's been a superstar. He's a lot of learning to do, but he has always been quite a calm dog. Well, none of our friends would believe he's been quite a calm dog, but he has been quite a calm dog for quite some time, and he is really obedient. He just gets really excited when he sees people for the first time, and then he goes into full-on collie mode, and he's running around grabbing all his toys. I think the next big lesson that Shep's going to need to learn is the difference between Nate's toys and Shep's toys, because they both have bells in them, they both squeak, they both have really bright colours. And somehow he's got to figure out that not all toys are his. Hi, are you waving? Are you waving at the camera? Toy that's causing Shep the most confusion at the moment is this one. I don't know what it is about it, whether it's the ball or what. He's not paying the slightest bit of attention to it at the moment. He really loves it and he really wants it. And he's not allowed to touch it. He's generally really good, and once he knows that a toy isn't for him, or anything isn't for him, we can leave it on the floor and he doesn't go anywhere near it. But this one was just a bit too tempting. I don't know if it's the bell it's dog friendly apparently. Anyway, he's getting there now and he never takes it, he's never touched it. But he's looking less and less like he wants it. One thing that Shep really hasn't been that interested in, that I thought he'd be way more bothered about, is the Moses basket. I don't know if part of that is because we had it set up for so long before Nathan was born. So Shep kind of got used to it being here and being around. And he's had a look in it every now and again, but he really isn't that bothered. He's really, really cute with it, because most of the time he ignores it, and then every now and again he'll walk past and he'll just go and have a quick sniff at the bottom and then carry on walking. Like, oh, yeah, there's a baby in there. You gonna let you up on the sofa so you can see in, because from the floor he's not tall enough. Check, what's this? You more bother. Oh, what a good boy. Is that your baby? I feel like it's important for him to be able to see in every now and again. Well, they're not, to be honest, not that often. But it's important to know that he's in there, isn't it? Okay, Shep, off. Hey Daddy, you look like Shep now. That's what Shep does when he's allowed to look in.
Does he have a dishevelled look as I do?
So you just see that flash of tail go past.
Hi. I can reach in though.
You can.
I can get into this.
And Nathan smiles at you when you look in. He doesn't really pay much attention to Shep yet.
He's probably scared shitless of the dog. He's scared of the dog?
No.
He's scared of the dog?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You want to join in? You look like the little boy that nobody loves. In the last couple of days, he's just started twiddling his fingers and kind of being aware that his hands exist, so he like touches his other hand. There's only one small step to grabbing now, isn't it, baby? Yeah! And then this one is going to have to be really careful that you don't get grabbed. One thing that Shep's been really, really good at, that I really didn't expect him to be, was playing around the play gym. So when this guy is making all sorts of noises, rattling things, jiggling things, even squeaking toys, like this one, Mr. Shep has been a really good boy. He could lie down here for ages, although ages in baby world is probably all of about 10 minutes. But Shep is really good and won't touch, will you? You're not going to touch the mat? No. Quite often I try and make sure that I'm between the play gym and Shep, so that if he does get excited, I'm in the way and can stop him moving too quickly or falling over or pushing his way through and basically landing on Nathan, which is ultimately the only thing I want to avoid. But it's also a really good chance for me to sit on the floor with this guy, with my mate, eh? Because we haven't spent a huge amount of time together since Nathan's been born. So every opportunity is really good, isn't it? Every opportunity. You look at the kids outside. Those pesky kids. I really can't wait for the day that Nathan is big enough to play in the way that Shep understands. And the two of them can be such good buddies. Can't they? Not yet though. Not for quite a while yet. A lot of my friends have said that their dogs and babies really became a lot closer once they started weaning the kids, and babies put some food in their mouth, some food on the floor, and that really got the dog's attention. I'm not quite sure that's going to work for us though, because Shep really isn't food oriented. So I think that if we do decide that we want to wean Nathan exclusively on cheese and carrots, then he'll probably have Shep wrapped around his little finger. How long does it take before babies start putting the food in their mouths instead of on the floor?
Oh, I don't think they ever stop that.
No.
The amount of times you throw stuff on I'm sorry, but come on.
Fair point. One thing that Shep has got really good at since Nathan's been around is allowing us to get ready to go places without getting under our feet. It's as if all of the time he just thinks he's not invited. So Shep, think it's time to go for a walk? You wanna go for a walk? Come on then. Wait. Go on then. Go on. Shep is about to face his ultimate challenge. When he was a pup, lads playing football in the park was too good to resist. Are you going to help him one day? Are you going to go play football with Shep? Thank you. When he was a puppy, he just really didn't understand why people with balls didn't want to play with him, no matter who they were or what they were doing. And these teenage lads would have been a prime candidate for playtime with Shep. Not anymore though. The pram itself, with its wheels, was probably, oh, there's Mitchies everywhere. Was probably one of the few things that we didn't let Shep try out before Nathan was here. And even though, I suppose, despite my recommendations to the otherwise to Chris, he refused to come with me to walk Shep on an empty pram. He said we look like crazy people. So we never actually got around to doing it. And I think it would have been good for him to get used to the pram before Nathan was here. But to be honest, he's not been that bad since Nathan has been here that it hasn't really affected us. We're still able to get out, even if he's still got a little bit of learning to do. I think even the very first time I came out, although he pulled a lot, he's always been a pulley dog, and he pulled a lot with the pram around, because we just took 2 of us together. It was fine. One of us took the dog, one of us took the pram, and it wasn't an issue. I would say though, if you're intending on going out just by yourself, the second the baby comes, make sure you've practiced with the dog first. It would help, wouldn't it, Shep? What have you got on your face? Come here. What's that? Seeds everywhere. And rubbish. Who the hell leaves rubbish right next to a bin? You're not going to be like that, are you, mate? No, you're going to put all your rubbish in the bin. Even when Mummy and Daddy aren't there, you'll still be good. Hi, Shep. These two are great. Wait till you two are running around together. You are going to have the best time, you guys. Yeah, the best time. Right, this way. We are all exercised out now. We're on our way home for baths and beds. Please don't forget to give us a great big thumbs up if you like the video, and please leave your comments down below, particularly if you've got any questions about babies and dogs, or if you've got any advice that we really need to know about. That would be great too. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and come back, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. You say good night. Say night night, peoples. Night night, friends. See you tomorrow. Yeah, night night.